Leah McGrath Goodman wrote the Newsweek article. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You heard what he said. I don't know the company. I have nothing to do with this. Why are you so sure?
Well, I have to say that based on the conversation I had with him, that was the clincher for me. Seeing him flee a scene and now deny it, I have to say it's mystifying to me. His family, and that's part of why I had written it into the story, had told me that they predicted he would be either cagey or deny it. But with me, he definitely acknowledged Bitcoin. I think at this point now he's saying he was confused by the conversation, but I've also heard varying stories about, he's told people he was confused now about it being a question about
confidentiality agreement.
And confidentiality.
This is what he says, Leah. This is one version I heard.
A couple different versions I've heard.
That when you asked him about Bitcoin and he says, I can't talk about this anymore, he was referring to a confidentiality agreement, he said. He was not referring to Bitcoin. And he said that that was very clear.
Yeah, no, that's not what happened.
How did you track him down?
Well, I was working with a couple of forensic researchers who, I'm an investigative journalist, but they also do things that I don't even do every day, even close to what I do, and they have access to archives I don't use. So we worked as a team, and we sort of crossed each other off at the pass on leads, and we would work all the leads we could find. So we started out thinking it could be a pseudonym, it could be his real name, it could be, we could not confirm it wasn't a pseudonym, we couldn't confirm it was. So we worked with all the possibilities and we narrowed it down. This was the last and final and strongest lead, and at no time could we cancel it out, and still not.
We've heard of Bitcoin. It's this digital currency. I think very few Americans understand exactly what it is. Why do we care who he is, the founder or the face or whatever we call him?
I heard a lot about this. Why does he need to be anonymous? And on the other hand, I'm hearing, why do we care who he is? I guess it depends on the individual. I think it's natural to want to know who's behind Bitcoin, even if he's no longer involved, because it's a one-world currency now, and understanding what formed it. If you go to the Bitcoin Foundation website, it says this is a non-political financial tool. But if you go and talk to the people who developed it, they'll tell you it was very politically motivated. So there's a lot of mystery, and I thought as a journalist maybe I could clear it up. It's a little disappointing to see maybe not yet.
But now you're being threatened. I saw on Twitter we're going to release your home number, your address, your license plate. Are you worried about your security?
Yeah, I saw pretty much everything I can imagine online this morning, including what security questions are on my website, things like that.
Are you worried?
Obviously, clearly somebody thought that we did this as an act of war against Satoshi Nakamoto or Bitcoin, and I want to be very clear that I certainly never meant it that way. And you would think we said, you would think we had demonized him, or that we did not like Bitcoin in some way in the article, which was not at all the way I wrote it.
All right. Leah McGrath Goodman, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.